Hello everyone and welcome to my Hip Hop Gossip For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lil Durk enters a not guilty plea in a case of murder for hire. After being extradited from Miami, Lil Durk entered a not guilty plea in a federal courtroom in Los Angeles in his murder for hire case. 3 weeks after he was arrested while reportedly trying to leave the country, Durk made an appearance in court on Thursday. The Chicago rapper will now stay at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Los Angeles after being detained without bond in Florida. To decide whether to grant him release, which prosecutors strongly advise against, a detention hearing has been scheduled for December 12. Due to an alleged murder plan that killed the cousin of his rap adversary Quando Rondo, Lil Durk was first charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit murder for hire. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California, however, charged Durk with 2 additional offenses in a superseding indictment filed on November 7, 1 count of using interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, and 1 count of possessing, using, and discharging firearms and a machine gun in furtherance of a violent crime resulting in death. The Grammy-winning rapper is now the primary defendant in the case's superseding indictment, which also names 5 other men as defendants in connection with the murder. Prosecutors claim that the murder of King Von, who was shot dead after a fight with the rapper's group 2 years earlier, was the reason behind the assassination attempt on Quando Rondo that resulted in the death of Lil Plea. Lil Durk is charged with placing a bounty on Rondo's head and providing funds and resources to his OTF team so they could execute the hit. According to a Justice Department press release, bank and flight records demonstrate that an OTF member and close associate of 5 co-conspirators organized and paid for their travel from Chicago to California on the day before the murder. I told the OTF associate who was booking the flights, "Don't book any flights under any names involved with me," around the time the one-way flights were purchased. It goes on to say, on the same day that the hitmen left Chicago for California, they also took a private jet to California with another conspirator, 28-year-old Kayvon London Grant, also known as Cuz, and Devani. Grant allegedly paid for the other co-conspirators' hotel room with a credit card in Bank's name later that day and bought ski masks for the shooters to use in the murder. All defendants could receive a maximum sentence of life in prison if found guilty. In order to await a hearing in the murder for hire case, Lil Durk was extradited to a federal prison in California. According to inmate records that All Hip Hop has seen, Lil Durk has been extradited to MDC Los Angeles in California. Last month, the Chicago drill rapper was taken into custody on suspicion of participating in a murder for hire scheme. The indictment claims that he booked at least 3 international flights after 5 members of only the family, Kayvon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Houston, were arrested in an attempt to escape the country before being arrested. According to the indictment, the 32-year-old was taken into custody by police when he arrived at an airport in the Miami region. Due to their claimed involvement in the 2020 murder of King Von, the other 5 individuals were indicted on federal counts in Los Angeles for allegedly arranging the murder of rapper Quando Rondo. As a result of the effort, Rondo's cousin Lil Plea was shot and killed in 2022. The Federal Bureau of Investigation was notified by U.S. Customs and Border Protection that Lil Durk had purchased 2 one-way tickets to Dubai and Switzerland just hours before to his arrest. It was then discovered by FBI investigators that Lil Durk had also reserved a private jet to escape to Italy. However, Lil Durk's legal issues don't end there. In a superseding indictment earlier this month, he was charged with additional felonies related to the incident: conspiracy, using interstate facilities to commit murder for hire that resulted in death, and using, carrying, and discharging firearms, a machine gun, and possession of such firearms in furtherance of a violent crime that resulted in death. U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada stated, Mr. Banks is accused of planning a cold-blooded murder that killed a member of a rival's family. In addition, a petrol station at a key junction was the site of an open shooting, putting numerous nearby residents in danger. Our community suffers greatly from violent gun crimes of this kind, and those who commit such heartless acts of violence will not be tolerated. The guys who committed the murder followed, stalked and tried to assassinate Quando Rond at a Los Angeles petrol station. Lil Pab was killed as the gunman fired at least 18 shots at Rondo's car. According to the prosecution, Rondo was singled out in vengeance for the death of King Von. In their case, Lil Durk and the other accused have not pleaded. In the upcoming days, he is anticipated in court. Due to alleged murder for hire, Lil Durk is said to have arrived to the Los Angeles federal prison. Lil Durk's alleged murder for hire case is still developing slowly but definitely, and he will have to contend with a protracted and intricate court battle. Most recently, officials moved him from Miami, where he remained following his arrest in the Florida city, to a federal jail in Los Angeles, according to updated court and prison records. The Chicago rapper is currently awaiting his initial hearing or arraignment in relation to the indictment that federal law enforcement has filed against him and several other people. For those who don't know, he is accused of financially aiding these people in their plot to kill rival Quando Rondo. According to federal prosecutors, Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pab was killed in this suspected attack. We don't have a lot of information at this pretrial stage regarding any developments in the Lil Durk case. While Smirk is still incarcerated, we do know that his loved ones and family are still there to support him and fight for his life. Fans were reminded of the stakes in this complex case by his longtime partner India Royale, who recently shared a photo of all his kids. Furthermore, given the precedent and perception it creates of the rap industry, it appears that this alleged murder for hire case in federal court will present some significant difficulties and problems. The fact that Lil Durk's rap lyrics were included in the indictment against him is sure to provoke a great deal of heated discussion. More people than ever before, both inside and outside the culture, think that artistic expressions shouldn't be used as proof against the creator. Regretfully, it appears that we are no closer to identifying a comprehensive and reliable solution to the problem. We still don't know for sure how this will work in this particular situation. Lil Durk faces a life term in jail for these serious allegations, and earlier reports even implied that the death penalty would be an option. However, none of it has been confirmed with certainty, and it is still too early to say for sure. We will therefore simply have to wait for additional court developments from Los Angeles. Everyone is interested in what will happen next because The Voice is said to be in a good mood.